We back, baby. We back in the building. Race Wars, the Sherrod Small right here, right on time. You know me. You can count on me. I'm always here. I mean, even when the white man's bullshitting somewhere, I'm here working. Kurt's on his way. He's coming from the Big Jay roast. If you're saying who the fuck is Big Jay, that's a good question. And you should be saying that. Big Jay Oakerson, he had a comedy roast today. They did a roast at the Creek in the Cave, so Kurt was on there. He had to go through there first, so he's going to come meet us in about 10 minutes.
Does J stand for Jew?
Yes, actually it does.
Big Jew. Okay.
Yes, it stands for Jew. So that's you know the business.
That's why Metzger would be there. That makes sense.
Yes. And that's Robert George. He's joining us from the New York Post. He's a columnist, one of my good friends. And welcome.
We're good friends who haven't seen each other in 2 years.
That's
but
the best friends.
We really tight.
That's the best friends ever.
Yeah,
friends that I don't have to see.
Brotherly love, right?
If I don't have to see a friend, that's the kind of friend who really understands me.
That's exactly right. Because if you see each other, one of us is going to be asking the other for money.
Yes, that's why I'm glad you're here.
That's exactly why.
You got deep pockets.
Yeah, that's exactly. And I'm expecting a big payout from the next 2 hours. I'm going to be wasting for my time right here.
You know what? You're the rudest black nerd I ever met in my life. You're just a rude black nerd. And I love you. So what's going on with you? So first of all,
I take serious offense at that, Sherrod. That hurts my feelings.
Well, it's Sherrod, but good.
Fuck you.
It's okay. He's a conservative. I don't have as many black conservative friends because they shun me. Every time I go to Fox News, trust me, only Sonny Johnson hangs out with me.
Okay.
But other than that, who's other black people at Fox? You know.
Let's see. Well, actually, I do. Juan Williams.
He shuns me.
He shuns you.
He shuns me. Go ahead.
Let's see. Lauren Grillier. She probably shuns you.
Shun. A big time shun.
Definitely shunned there. There's a brother down in D.C., or did he leave already? I should be able to count them because there's only about 5 or 6 of us. But yeah, I can understand why you'd end up getting shunned. But
yeah, they shun me.
when he does come by there, does he call me? No. So he's shunning me as well.
I learned to shun black people. Once I started doing Fox stuff, I learned you got to shun other black people when you get in there. So I couldn't wait to shun you. I shunned you right off me.
Well, stick it where the shun don't sign, brother.
Now, first of all, you wrote a great article.
A damn right I did.
There's so much going on this week. We're going to talk about a lot of shit from 50 Cent, who kind of gone broke, to El Chapo and that wonderful escape.
I think he's officially not only has he gone bankrupt, he's actually changing his name to 50 cents on the dollar. That's his actual.
Did you like that, Andrew? You like that joke?
That's exactly right. 50 cent on the dollar. Yes,
that's pretty good. I'm gonna have to tweet that out and take credit for it. I appreciate that, Robert George. That's why I bring you around.
You wouldn't be a comic if you didn't steal another comic's joke.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's how the whole business exists.
That's exactly right.
I can't wait to get the racist charges from somebody because I steal that Amy joke. Yeah, they were like, "Wait, Amy said she got raped by Mexicans."
No.
How's Sherrod's joke? How's he getting raped now by Mexicans? Somebody stole this joke.
There you go.
Somebody ain't get raped by no Mexican. So tell us about the article. First of all, now explain why you felt like you had to write this article.
Because, as I said in the article, I was hoping that there would be some other Catholic West Indian black Republican who would stand up for Amy Schumer, but alas, it fell on my shoulders.
Well, you're related to all of them. Why don't you blame your family for that?
I'm related to all of them. But the thing was, this had been kind of building over the last few weeks. I mean, the Guardian, the UK website, newspaper, whatever, did this thing a few weeks ago that said that Amy Schumer has a blind spot when it comes to race. And then these two dweebs, dweebs was actually the headline that the Post put on it. They said PC dweebs don't get Amy Schumer. I was a little bit more nuanced in my approach, but basically these two writers for or columnists for the Washington Post, right? A black woman and this white hipster dude.
Now together, a black woman and a white hipster, you put them together, that's a Spanish person, right? That's a Latino. Am I not correct on that? Assuming?
Well, I don't know.
So the kind of like a
yeah, kind of. Yeah,
okay, go ahead.
Somewhat. Anyway.
Okay.
Anyway, they said that they basically had this kind of diatribe saying that we shouldn't be making these jokes about race because primarily it's white people that are laughing at these jokes, and we've got black people dying in the streets and Latinos dying on the border, and while all of this is going on, we shouldn't be making jokes at the expense of these people. And the jokes that they focused in on Amy were well, I used to date Latinos, but then I wanted to be consensual.
Yes.
That was
I prefer consensual. Hey, Robert, I'm Kurt.
Kurt just came in.
Yeah, Kurt, you may not remember
Like
this, but we met a long time ago, years.
Did we meet at that thing? It was like all these city people were there, like Christine.
Turn his mic down for the love of God.
Christine, what's her name from the city council?
Christine Quinn.
Yeah, it was a comedy thing, and Amy was there, and I was there. Is that what you're talking
yes,
about?
That's
comics, yeah.
we have in
met.
the old, I think in the old comics, maybe.
Yeah.
Wait, a comedy show for Christine Quinn?
It's like they were teaching political people to tell jokes. This is years ago.
That's exactly
I
right.
see
With
what you're
my
saying.
friend Dan Gerstein,
Yeah.
exactly. So, not surprisingly, it was a Jewish guy who organized this thing.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
And Kurt was there, and I was there.
Some Jew thought these politicos should get on stage.
Kurt said everything that anybody Jewish.
Do you know what I said about
make.
Christine Quinn? Because I didn't know who she was, and I had to look her up. I said she's the first
lesbian.
Openly gay Irish member of the city council. I'm like, okay, openly gay is fine, but openly Irish, I have children. I'm not going to have you
have them around
I
the
know,
openly Irish ways.
That was absolutely awful. Outrageous that you would that she would it's like I don't mind people who say that they're Irish, but do they have to flaunt it in front of me?
That's what I say.
That's
Keep
the
it to
point.
yourself.
That's
a little cover up for them freckles. That's all I ask.
All right.
Billy Burr on his last comedy special had the courtesy to make it in black and white to try to hide the fact
that he was
that he's a
turning
filthy
into a
ginger.
leprechaun.
No, listen, I've said it before on the show. All Irish people have only two facial outcomes, which is old baby or spooky witch. Okay?
Well, there you go.
You think of any Irishman you know.
Yeah.
Old baby, spooky witch.
That's how they turn out.
Kurt, I was talking to Sherrod about this before, and I thought it was kind of interesting that on a show called Race Wars, it's the Jewish guy that's running on CP time.
He's not Jewish for one
I
thing.
am not Jewish.
You're anti-Semite.
No.
I'm sorry, Metzger, you're German.
No, it's just a fine German name.
It's
It means,
German.
It's a fine German name.
It means butcher in German, and there's
Yeah.
nothing jokey.
Oh,
It's
It's
so
a job name, that's
It's
all.
so jokey. A German butcher?
Yeah, like butcher
Yeah.
or
And
Jew,
everybody confused you with a Jewish person?
or Jew hunter. It could
well,
also
okay,
be
but
me.
it's
You
still
are
fair.
what you
It's still
butchered.
fair for me to say that it's the white guy on the show that's running on CP time. I can at least
Yeah.
say that.
Always.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, that's all. I believe in
that's
equality
but that's
more than
another
any.
thing. But wait a minute, Germans are supposed to be on time.
Yeah,
Not
well,
this
I
German.
don't have enough of it.
He's not a
I'm German, Italian, and
Let's
some other
say
things.
he's not a practicing German.
He's not a practicing.
I got a
German.
lot of garbage DNA in there.
For which his German friends are very thankful.
Yeah. Well,
much.
you know
Too
what?
soon, right? That's
No,
too
that's
soon.
pretty
Do you
much.
ever meet real, like, actual German people now?
Yes.
They're always delightful. Isn't it, like,
Oh,
amazing?
the best, the
if you-
sweetest people. I used to date a German girl.
Yeah, they just needed a little Hitler thing to get all
Couple, actually.
the bad shit out, and they're fine now.
There's a little mixy mix, too.
They're always nice. I've never met
I had a nice black German mixy mix girl.
Yeah.
She was a hot one. God
A Milli
damn,
Vanilli,
she was
they
so
call
hot.
that.
Ooh, she was so flavorful. With a dumb German accent. It was
Yeah.
just too much heavy tongue. It was great.
Oh, like you're complaining about heavy tongue.
No.
They really like,
I
they'll like wear a scarf indoors a lot. They're those kind of people.
They're good people, though.
But they're good
nice.
people.
Good
They are very nice people.
Now,
Let
finish telling us
bygones
about the
be
article.
bygones.
We're talking about the Amy article, by the way.
Oh.
So anyway, so they said basically, while all these horrible things are going on involving Latinos and involving black people and things like that, why should this woman of privilege, Amy Schumer, be making these jokes? Because
Well, Robert, hold on. They do have a point. A lot of these Hispanics are raping people, so why should she be allowed to make jokes?
Oh, wow, Trump. Wow, did Donald Trump just say that? Who was that, Trump?
Well, this is the thing.
What? No, I'm not running for office. I'm running for Schumer.
They let off the piece with this idea that maybe Amy Schumer should be Donald Trump's running mate because she makes jokes about Latinos raping people.
They really
as well.
don't know. That it's really amazing.
That's
how,
why he's explaining why he wrote the article, though, first.
But it was a great
Yeah.
article. I love your article.
Yes. Thank you.
And because the chick didn't even read the
As it turned
fucking-
out, and it's funny when I wrote that, I didn't realize that one of them had not even read it. They were just like, "Oh, she said this,
No.
so we'll add this."
No, Andrew called it last week. They got a black woman and a white guy to try to mix
To
together.
mix them together
make
for
a
the
Puerto
Latino.
Rican.
Yeah.
Ebony and Ivory.
But
in the Washington Post,
She's not. Who cares what Trump did? Like Trump's running for president. Amy's running for clown. Why would you have the rules of a guy running for president.
No, that's
of course he can't say that. I say that. I'm a joker.
For the love of God, Kurt, calm down.
I will not until they stop raping our women.
You're talking like your mic is disagreeing with you.
Oh, yeah. It's disagreeing.
It's like your women didn't want it in the first place.
I didn't want it.
I can't say that. I can't.
They so wanted it.
I'm sorry.
Now finish talking about it.
I'm the respectable journalist here. I'm not supposed to be saying these outrageous
things. Don't let Kurt drag you down to the gutter where he lives.
I will
not do that. I will not be dragged down as a proud black man. I will not be dragged down by this German into the ghetto, into the Warsaw ghetto that he lives in. The race Warsaw ghetto that he lives in. So my point was that number one, kind of get a life. Don't be so freaking dramatic, you liberal guys over here. But more importantly, they are trying to put these particular rules in place that don't allow comedians of whatever background they are to explore certain issues in a potentially humorous way. It's like, look, and the examples I used were George Carlin's 7 Dirty Words,
right,
or Chris Rock's Niggas versus Black People. These didn't just come out, oh, this genius just popped out of their heads. It came because they were working on these bits over years,
right,
until it kind of got perfected, and then you suddenly see this genius on stage or on record or however you were listening to it, and said, oh wow, that's really fantastic. But if you took any of these kind of things out of any kind of context, you're going to say, oh, that's inappropriate, or that's disgusting,
exactly,
or whatever.
There's one appropriate context, which is on stage telling jokes to say shit like that.
Yeah.
That's the only that's why I took this job, was because I'm above the law. If you got a day job, I don't have to do your fucking day job. There's no home HR department for me.
That's right. You're the Steven Seagal of comedy, dum-dum.
But
I thought Steven Seagal was the Steven Seagal of comedy. Maybe I missed that. I watch his movies. I start cracking up. Maybe I missed something.
Oh my God! Do you know Rob Schneider's story about that when he worked with Steven Seagal?
No.
We should probably get Rob to. I think he told on Stern maybe, but.
What do you mean told on Stern?
Rob Schneider told a story when
he
was working with Steven Seagal, and he went to this huge trailer on the set. I don't know what they're working on, some piece of shit, right? And he said it was all darkly lit, and he couldn't see Seagal. And finally, Seagal came out after a while,
right,
and he had tears in his eyes. And he's like, I just read the greatest script I've ever read in my life.
What was
he goes, Jesus, who wrote it? And he goes, I did. Yeah, so I can't compete with that kind of
I hung out with Steven Seagal before in Paris, money. At a club, 2 nights in a row at the same club. We met each other back there.
Was it a fat Seagal or a skinny Seagal?
It was right in the middle. He was kind of fat. And
was it Will Sasso as Steven Seagal?
This son of a bitch had on a dress karate suit, like his going out karate suit.
Oh,
like
yes.
fancy embroidery shit on it.
No wonder black people love him.
He was great though. He was fascinating. I read his suit. It was Uncle Tom's cabin. Shut your face. And we hung out like 2 nights in a row, man. He was great, but a psychopath.
Yeah.
But a great psychopath. Like, we had drinks and
Who
girls
pointed
dancing.
out when we were talking about him versus those Jamaicans? Maybe it was Judah.
Oh, Mark of Death. Mark
of Death.
Mark for Death.
That 2 of the Jamaicans are just white guys in blackface.
Yes, it was so many fucking Rachel Dolezals in that fucking movie. If you stop it, you'd be like this is disrespectful. If you pause it on the screen, you see the forehead's white. This motherfucker got blue eyes.
Yeah, the Predator head. We were talking about that. Because I read your article about Rachel, or I think your blog about Rachel Dolezal, where you're talking about, were all your friends really saying her parents were jerks to out her and ruin her career?
That was the whitest thing about her that her parents told on her.
No, that was actually the blackest. Wasn't that the blackest?
No, black people wouldn't tell if white people come like, is that your daughter? Fuck off, is what we'd say. Yeah. Eat a dick, whitey.
Well, it is actually true, because, I mean, for one thing, if it was a black family, they wouldn't know where the father was, so the father couldn't out
there
them.
You go.
So there you go.
There's the conservative Robert George that I want to see.
I thought that was...
Tell Sherrod to pull his pants up. I want to hear it.
Can you hear the West Indian in his voice that he hates African Americans? Can you hear it?
The Guyanese salute, they call it.
Damn right.
You're seeing some black on black shit right here, Kurt.
Are you West Indian, Robert?
Yes.
Trinidad, brother.
You can hear it in his voice that he hates African Americans. We was given so much opportunity and wasted it.
I know.
That was pretty good.
I nailed it.
That was actually pretty good.
Well, I fucked Rihanna. That's how I do it.
Who hasn't? But
you. You, nigga. You.
I haven't either. I mean, I assume Shaw was talking to me.
Get it.
Yeah, but the West Indians don't like
Oh, they
Who do you
despise
think
us.
looks further down on American blacks? West Indians or Nigerians?
I say
Nigerians.
You think so?
No, I live right after college. I live with Nigerians look down on everybody. I mean, I lived in a house with a Nigerian and a Ghanan. And
what was this? The TV1 house?
It should have.
Was this on the African channel?
No, this should have been. We should have just took a picture of ourselves and sent it into frickin' MTV.
So
that was real.
Hold on, a Trinidad guy from Trinidadian.
Yeah.
A Ghanaian,
and about two or three white guys.
Let me just guess.
It's called No One's Eating Pussy. Those two white guys.
Let me just guess. Your lease was for 12 years. You slaves.
12 years of lease.
That's kind of
12 years of lease. I think we got a title.
Sherrod, that's really hurtful. I want you to know. I'm offended. I'm personally offended by that.
Holy shit! Everybody cooked rice every night in that fucking house. What went on in that house?
It's too much. It's just too much. But the Nigerian guy was always acting as
he rolled the place.
Yeah,
he was the ruler.
this is my fucking. I guess my fucking name was on the goddamn lease, But he's like acting like he's Mr. Frickin' Superior. Always looked down on the Ghana.
With his prepaid phone and shit.
It was actually kind of funny though because
I must get phone card. It
is actually kind of funny because the Nigerian lived on the second floor. I lived on the first floor, and the Ghanaian did live in the basement.
Wow.
So there was.
So it was a pecking order.
It was a kind of a
class
pecking
system.
I mean, I had the largest room.
Isn't
Whatever
Ghana,
got you
by
to
the
sleep,
way,
Robert. Whatever
isn't
got you
Ghana
to
the
sleep.
country that the most has its shit together?
What?
Out of Nigeria and most of the African countries you hear about, Ghana is the one that kind of has it together the most.
Nigeria is kind of a tale of two cities, but a whole country.
Yeah.
Because they got to like the second or the third biggest, like Hollywood. And Hollywood is just behind Bollywood, which is behind Hollywood. They making a lot of money, but a lot of people ain't making money.
Well, the problem.
Is
Nigeria. They've got movie stuff. They've got a heck of a lot of oil.
Heck of a lot.
But there really is this north-south divide because that's where the whole Boko Haram crap is going on.
The north or the south?
They're the north. Boko Haram is north, right?
Boko Haram. Actually, I thought Boko Haram was in the south.
Oh, I don't know.
Look, I was
it's next to a Church's Fried Chicken.
Trinidad, but I'm American now, which means
Right next to Church's Fried Chicken.
I don't know my geography,
Yeah.
so I can't help you there.
No, that's
although I visited Nigeria 15 years ago when they were having their elections. But
was it a money-making scheme that you got lured there?
I got lured there exactly, and then I tell you, they took my wallet and took everything, and I tried to write home and get sent back, but I got
this was
there.
before you lived with the Nigerian dude.
This was after I lived with the Nigerian.
So even after you lived with the Nigerian, who else was the dude?
Ghana. The other one was Ghana.
Ghana.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like the worst season of The Real World, don't it? It's like
The real world where everyone gets thrown off.
Yeah, and actually there was a guy sort of like Puck. Now that I think of it, it was a kind of a
So that had to be in Brooklyn.
No, this was in Maryland. This was in Maryland.
What?
This was in Annapolis, Maryland. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Near the naval base.
The Naval Academy, right across the street from the Naval Academy.
And they didn't think y'all were over there plotting some shit.
This was before 9/11. So we were all under the radar.
Different time.
They didn't think of this weird thing of an island guy and a couple of Africans just hanging out together.
They thought y'all was part of Shaggy's band.
Yeah.
Shaggy's here this weekend.
They thought you're part of one of those copycat groups that they're not Al Qaeda, but they're trying to meet Al Qaeda.
He's a cell.
Yeah, well, definitely pre Al Qaeda.
Now, with this Amy thing, who was the enemy in this? Who was the side that was attacking her? Who are these people?
I think she probably didn't think about
it. Basically, a bunch of stuck-up liberals without a sense of humor.
They're not liberals, dude. They're radicals. That's what they keep. That's what the kids keep telling me. I'm telling you, you don't appreciate liberals enough. The people who do this, they'll tell you they're not liberals. That's like for white people or something. They're radicals.
But the thing is, what they're doing though is they're expanding the zone of what the left is very comfortable talking about. I mean, you're seeing it here. You're seeing a lot of. I mean, that's why that whole thing with Seinfeld saying that he didn't want to do shows on campus because
he definitely said black campuses mostly.
He was already not going to those.
Oh, he was not.
I think he should have started with black campuses.
The cancel his Howard show.
Does he know that there are black campuses? I mean, based on the show, I would guess no. I would guess no. I would just guess.
The answer's no.
Because
the Star Trek: The Next Generation knows black campuses.
I'm
Say that about
sure,
any fucking show.
I'm sure he's got some tax write-off.
I mean, the two biggest comedy shows of the '90s, you know, Seinfeld and Friends, were living in New York, where I think there was like one black person on each show.
Yeah,
I mean,
you just described my block, sir.
Oh no, you're right. No, a hell of a lot more moving in. A hell of a lot more moving in on the Upper East Side.
Are you talking about the fantasy New York those shows promised me before I got here?
And here's the thing: when people always say that, it's like, here's the thing about New York. Yes, a lot of different kind of people in New York, but that don't mean they're in your apartment.
Well, they're in my apartment.
Well, that's because you fucking groups.
Somebody posted this.
I'm not talking about in your apartment. I'm talking about when they're walking down the street. Do you see black people in the background? No, you don't.
No, or Mexicans or Asians.
It costs a lot of money for
That's the weird shit. That's why, I'm going to say something that's going to...
I saw Mario Joyner run through one time.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I was, I mean, and I'm going to get so much crap for this, because just to show you how freaking nerdy I am here, that's why I always thought, you know, that How I Met Your Mother, which was like, you know, came in like 10 years after Friends and all this other kind of stuff. Why, even though it was the setup was very similar to the whole Friends, you know, everybody sleeping with one another, bunch of whole white people, they actually recognized that there were black people in the universe, and they actually did this weird kind of shit where what's his name, Barney Stinson's brother is black.
It's a black dude, yeah.
Wayne Brady and so forth. They at least it was like a New York that like looks sort of like the one that's out there.
Well,
you know?
How I Met Your Mother How I Met Your Mother also had a gay dude playing a straight dude, so you know.
I know, but
anything can go down.
A good straight face, that guy.
He had a good straight face, but his mannerisms I didn't buy.
Yeah,
I mean, I know. I love to fuck the shit out of women.
As he clutched his pearls.
Where's all those delicious pussies? I can't just settle on one.
As he clutched his brooch.
Oh, where are you duchesses going later? I'm going for more pussy. He was a great actor in that. You don't think he was good?
I think he's very, very talented. I mean, if he could play a doctor when he was at 13, he could play a straight guy when he's at 31. You know, I mean, hey, go for it. You know.
You mean he wasn't a doctor when
he wasn't a doctor?
He operated on me.
No, just a very sexually confused young man.
He was son of a bitch touched me.
He was a doogie who went after pussy. I mean, it's a good mix.
Who was the boy climbing through the window? His boy.
That was the kid Vinny who played.
Vinny was 96 years old when he played that part.
Yeah, not only on Highway to Heaven did he play a kid. Remember he was on Highway to Heaven.
He died on there, right?
No, something happened where he had like a messed up. He had like a hair lip or something. And Michael Landon.
Oh, the hair lip episode.
Michael Landon would protect him from his dad, and he goes, "I wish you were my father." Remember that?
No.
Did you watch that show?
Of course, I watched Highway to Heaven.
Yeah.
Anything Michael Landon was in, I watched it. From Little House on the Prairie. Fucking when he played
Bonanza.
Incredible Hulk, or is that a different guy?
He got a lot of pussy in his day too.
Oh, that was other Michael Landon, Bill Bixby.
I'm glad Michael Landon died before he transcend or transgend.
Yeah,
because he was a beautiful man. He would have made a beautiful woman.
Yeah.
Should we go to commercial? I don't know how to end that.
You wanted to ride Little Joe, didn't you, Sherrod? He wanted to ride Little Joe.
I wanted the big one. Who's the big dude?
Hoss.
I wanted Hoss to tell me.
You wanted to ride the Hoss.
That's not what I heard.
I ain't going to put toes in the... I'm not gonna put toes in the pool. I'm gonna jump all the way in the pool.
I'll be Barney Stinson from the. I want to meet a girl that looks like Michael Landon and fuck her right in the pussy.
That would be Caitlin Landon, right? Exactly.
Oh, good God Almighty! It just ain't right.
Yeah.
So what else we got to talk about?
Well, anyway,
we got other shit to talk about.
Yeah.
Now let's give me the heartbeat.
I'm here.
Give me the vibe of what's going on in the New York Post about this Iran deal that. Apparently Israel's mad, so I guess we should be mad because Israel. I don't know how this works.
Should I not like this deal?
Well,
I love it.
Well, I guess the jury is still out on that one.
Anyway.
Jury. Wow.
You invite me. You bring
He's
me on.
He's an improv guy.
If he was any more of a nerd, he would have a successful comedy career right now. You should be at the top of every Comedy Central thing right now with these glasses and this.
I probably should.
He should be.
Exactly.
You should be at Kumail's Meltdown show right now.
Come out. He wanted to actually. He wanted me to get on his old show on FX, and he like taped it at like 3 o'clock
No,
in the
not
afternoon.
Kamal Bell.
Oh,
Kumail Nanjiani.
I thought you meant. Oh, I know you talking about. I thought you meant Kamal Bell too.
Yeah,
I don't, because he's writing too libertarian.
You gotta
right?
say
So,
Kalamaji, whatever his last name, when you saying other dudes' name.
I know.
Okay, well,
I know it's hard to pronounce,
after
but
the show,
do it.
Okay,
me
one
up
of them
with
I call Cowbell, and then the other one I call Kumail.
Cowell, yeah.
Yes, black nerds are hot right now.
Yeah, did you know that?
we-
You know what the
I'm
problem is? You got to grow an afro, like a nice size afro.
I can't
He's
do
gonna have
it.
a hole in his natural. It's gonna be a hole in his natural.
It's just,
The Afro days is over for Robert George.
Be a hole in my natural.
look,
Me too. So I don't have my
Robert
afro.
George-
somehow I don't think I'm going to pull off the Dante de Blasio look. It's just not. It's
No,
just not happening.
You're more
It's
of
just
Al Roker after he lost weight. That's the vibe you got going.
Except I don't shit my pants. That is the that's the
Shoot
big,
that.
on morning
difference.
television right now.
I don't shit my pants. That
Well,
is-
do you
that
know
is the
Camelli? Who's the other dude that you got to come on? Who's also the only other black kind of? Well, you're not a Republican really, but like, well, you were like libertarian, then you voted Obama because you were mad at Bush. Was that? Were you? Was that your deal?
That's the longer story, but yeah, that's basically it. That's
Wait,
that's
so
a fair
you
point.
voted Obama because you was mad at George W. Bush?
It was a little bit more complicated than that. That was
He
one
disappointed
aspect.
you, didn't he?
That was
He
one
broke your
aspect
heart.
of it. I mean, I voted libertarian. I voted libertarian in 2004
Right.
because of the war, and then 2008 comes on, and I was actually kind of a McCain guy back in 2000, but then he just kind of completely went off the plot. When the stock market crashed, and it looked like he just did not know what the hell was going on. And I'm
Insane?
thinking-
Did he look a
and
little
I'm-
insane to you?
And so I said to myself, look, hey, I'm living in New York anyway. It's not like my vote is actually going to matter
Right.
one way or the
You're
other.
giving so many reasons why your vote for Obama didn't matter. God damn it, Bobby, did you vote for him or not? You
Well,
voted
yeah,
for
I
him.
said yes. It wasn't.
And because he was the right man for the choice, for your vote, correct?
He was the right man for the choice. Yeah. Do you want me to say that? You want me to
It
say
took
that?
9
Sherrod?
minutes.
Do you freaking want me? Do you want me to say that?
Hold on,
Trayvon's
say,
here.
Yeah, let's say hi to our new guy,
Let me see,
Travon.
Trey.
Trayvon Free.
Yes, Trayvon Free.
A slave name if I ever heard
I
one.
mean, nobody, his ancestors definitely gave themselves that name. That's
I
like
mean,
Oh, God, they showed up when they were free and were like, what last name do you want?
free.
He really sounds
There
like
will
the
never be a
character.
confusion about this.
Like it's a main character in like a movie they made after the Zimmerman verdict or
Yeah.
something. You know?
that's exactly
Trayvon Free stars.
It came down to free or North Light, North Star. That's what the,
Oh, I
whatever
said
black stuff.
Juneteenth. Trayvon Juneteenth was the other name.
That's
Yeah,
the
but
only other way to go.
Well, do you know, because Trayvon has the distinction of being the only black writer at the Daily Show.
Yes.
Probably in the history of the Daily Show.
Well, me and
And
my
I'm the
wife
only
tonight-
and I'm the only black person at the Post, so that actually
Really?
kind of
Yes.
works. That is not true, but
Oh,
I
I
thought
thought
I'd say
there
that.
was more, yeah.
No, let's run with that.
There are 6 of us. No, excuse me, 5 of us.
There's
yeah.
at least 5 at the Post of
Yeah,
like
no,
pull your pants up kind of black guys.
Oh man!
I'm just being a.
Wow, man!
Why do they wear their
Listen,
pants like that?
You're not wrong. It wasn't helping them, those
Back
pants.
in my day when we watched Benson on television, we.
Everybody condemns hip hop, by the way, but it's not that hip hop makes young,
was prison. Prison
young
did that.
black men into criminals. What it does is it affects white people's view of young black men.
But that's not-
why you need to
Anything
watch
affects
it.
that.
that's-
Yeah, but anything affects
But
that.
that's
You're right.
not the guy at the Post. That's the guy over at the Daily News.
That's
Oh,
true.
shots fired.
Yeah.
Who's that? Stanley Crouch? Is
It's
that the
Stanley
guy?
Crouch. Yeah, he's
Oh,
always.
I
who I
love
met.
Crouch. I love
Yeah.
Crouch.
No, I love. Look, I've known him for years. I love him, but he has a very much antiquated view on the whole hip hop stuff. So
Yeah.
but he's it's good. Good. I mean,
He-
he's been
Would
around.
you say he's more William Stevenson when it comes to?
I would say more California raisin than anything.
I heard it through the grapevine.
Now, Trey, how do you feel? How's it working over there? How long you been there? How's it been?
It's been 3 years now. It's great.
White people ain't calling you names behind your back?
Not that I've heard. I
Okay,
mean,
well-
Is brother Noah going to keep you on as a
good
the
question.
job?
Well,
I am
yeah.
staying.
He
Yeah.
is staying, but he can't talk because it was funny because I was like, if there's anything like he can't talk about because from Daily Show,
Right.
Because like how Shay had to go talk to the lady at SNL, come on,
Oh, right.
so that he just can't talk about anything with like Jon Stewart leaving or Noah taking over. When I was like, dude, we don't care about none of that shit.
No,
Like, don't
we
even
actually
worry.
do. Trayvon, you can leave now, thank you. So you can't talk about the leaving and coming, but you can talk about you.
Not in great detail. Yeah, I can talk about me.
In fairness, we shouldn't be surprised at that. I mean, Trevor Noah is, he's what do you call it? He's mulatto. What do they call it? He's colored in the context of South Africa, and the colored folks in South Africa would not let the blacks, talk about, what they're allowed to do.
Mulatto's an ice cream flavor.
I thought it was a pepperidge farm cookie. That's a cookie.
Mulatto's a little bit antiquated. Let's use the more progressive octoroon. One a little less racist of a term. Octoroon.
God almighty.
Well, listen. I know what you're trying to say. He passes the paper bag test.
Trayvon
can't talk about that.
You said when his parents are white and black, or?
Yeah, he's I don't know which is which.
His mom is black. His dad is Swiss.
His dad is which means white. Sherrod, I should tell you that.
Yeah,
Swiss means white. I'm just translating for you.
Well, thank you for that. I can't wait to push you down a conservative flight of stairs. I can't wait.
That's kind of a redundancy, because if you're pushing me down the side of flight of stairs, obviously it's going to be a conservative move to do that, right?
Okay, we'll lean to the right.
Because we only, no, never mind.
Good. No, explain it. I want you to live in that moment. Live in that dumb moment.
Don't do that to him.
He's a guest.
Don't be extra hard on the black guest. You're no better than Stanley Crouch right now. Don't Cosby our black guests with your intimidations.
Oh, wow.
Speaking of Cosby, you see your boy Obama came out. Trayvon, what do you think about that? Obama's speaking about it today. Not saying Bill Cosby by name, but...
No, I mean, the idea that you say, well, there's no precedent for taking the Medal of Freedom or whatever thing it is. Well, that's the thing about presidents. You can start one. You can start somewhere.
He shouldn't lose none of that shit. They shouldn't take the star off his Walk of Fame. Or what else does he have? His doctorate?
Well, first of all,
the real answer is, with all due respect, Mr. President, there was no precedent for a black president before either. So, we kind of changed that. So can't you,
You still want that vote back, don't you? You still want that vote back. Lord have mercy. You won't let it go.
We already established Obama is Trevor Noah, basically.
I don't think Bill
there you go.
First of all, the Medal of Freedom, why would he lose that?
Yeah.
If anything, he wasn't suffering from a lack of freedom.
Yeah,
he had too many freedoms.
It was the freedom of the women he was hanging out with to say, no, Mr. Cosby, don't put that in me. That's the freedom that's being taken away right now.
Yeah, well, on the flip side, though, if you saw Wolf of Wall Street, Quaaludes seem pretty awesome.
Quaaludes was great back in the day.
Listen, the reason he should keep all the awards or whatever is just because don't sanitize that shit. The Walk of Fame star, and we're going to take Cosby's name off.
Let us know that story.
He's a great comic, and also he raped somebody. So that way you can't hero worship people.
Right. I actually agree with that because that's how I feel about the Baseball Hall of Fame. It's called the Hall of Fame, not the Hall of who did the right shit to get the records they broke.
Right. You should live with that they might be a monster.
There's terrible people in the Hall of Fame.
To take away the Medal of Freedom, to take away Cosby's Medal of Freedom would be like, it would be like taking away his own cultural heritage, sort of like the Confederate flag. This is and we can't allow these kind of things. Once these things are up there, it doesn't always mean that we.
Did you like my idea, Robert? That the compromise that I had, that they take down the Confederate flag, but we replace it with a big screen of Kramer at the Laugh Factory. Now, come on.
Just Kramer on loop, just the Laugh Factory.
Just a less racist thing than the Confederate flag.
Yeah, there you go.
The Dukes of Hazzard is the only legitimate excuse. I've never heard the one legitimate argument for the Confederate flag, which is Dukes of Hazzard.
Yes, if they said that, I would leave it alone.
I
had the race set, I had the car, I had Bo and Luke Duke.
Your fucking heritage is your heritage is shameful. We're all trying to forget about it still.
Yes, so your heritage is also lynching. Should you hang up flags
your
for that
heritage
stupid?
is fucking repulsive. And by the way, this is my favorite conservative bullshit.
It's not still human beings. They're all Americans.
This is the argument I had with Gavin, dude, because it's about, the Civil War wasn't about slavery. That old chestnut?
That dumb.
So, hold on. If there was no slavery, you're telling me there would have still been a war? There's no fucking way.
It was a fight to keep the slaves.
Of course. Well,
from moving to the west. From moving to the west.
It wasn't about slavery. It was about the economy. It was about the economy of keeping slaves.
Economy of slavery.
People say that they were probably about to stop slavery. No, I'm sure. All companies.
It was worse than ever. By the way.
Of course they're going to give up their free labor
stock market
on their own.
Yeah.
Like, fucking McDonald's doesn't want to give up its fucking
and had a
cheap labor.
a whole new west of the country to open up to.
Exactly
a bigger area to open up to. That's the fight.
I mean, all of
those. But Gavin, that's how Gavin gets you. I love Gavin. Gavin's my boy. He's Gavin, a Canadian. Let him get involved in their concerns.
Listen,
stay out of American stuff, you fucking Northern
Let
Mexican.
me say this to Gavin, okay? Just take the flag down, okay? It's not good for us to have a reminder of the good times all the time. It's like prison. Get used to where you're at now. Forget about the past.
It's over.
Dude, why do people really want to think a race war is really going to happen? Because that's our title, you know, and that stupid kid with Dumb and Dumber hair did that murder.
Oh, yeah.
There's not. Nobody wants that.
It will, but not in America.
Right. Not in America.
Whenever they have any of these mass shootings, and the default for a lot of people on the left is gun control, have they ever thought that the better default might just be, you know, to take some of these really weird looking people and take them to a good barber? Because I mean, look at all these guys.
That's how you identify them. We don't want them blending in with society. That was the problem.
I mean, the guy in Colorado, then there's Jared Lavner. All of them have these like really crazy, freaky haircuts.
Let's just round up white dudes with weird haircuts.
Let's do it. We got a couple in this room right now.
Come on, guys, leave me alone.
Get John in there.
Hey.
John, you definitely a psychopath.
I'm against racial
guys,
profiling.
now it's starting to hurt me.
I'm against racial profiling, but I support follicle profiling.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm
you
for
got
that.
a bad haircut, and you look like you're going to go for the AK-47. I say we grab you and shave your head right now.
I'll put you into fucking, I don't know, Good Charlotte. I don't know, white man.
Do you remember I told you how I raced? Listen, at the airport.
Better than Ezra. That's the one you're looking for.
So what do we do with Shia LaBeouf then? What do we do with that?
Well, that proves my point. That proves my point.
That's like the one time rape is someone's own fault to Shia LaBeouf. Do you remember that? He did his art project. Do you know about Shia LaBeouf?
Yes.
Shia LaBeouf, by the way, so he decides he's an artist.
He's a fan of comedy, by the way.
All his art projects.
I've seen Transformers.
I hope he's listening because I like him in movies. You know, you put that bag on his head and said, I'm not famous. Dude, be famous. You're great on movies. But don't do art. Because all his art projects is some shit he took from some, like, TV show.
Right.
So the one that he got, and he went and got himself raped.
He went and got himself raped.
I'm a fan of Shia LaBeouf, and I know.
Let's explain to fans. He tied himself on a chair.
Yes.
Okay, he put up a sign.
Yeah. It was our project. You could do whatever you want to him.
It said, "Do whatever you want to me."
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Which is called, in feminist terms, it's called explicit consent or something,
yes,
right?
Bill Cosby had that.
It's called affirmative consent. Do whatever you want to me. What are you, free credit report? Is it free or is it not free, Shia? So fucking, he goes, do whatever you want to me.
Right.
And some girl came in and raped him. This dumb bitch got himself raped.
Was it just a hand, or did she sit on him?
But you understand, this was already on an episode. This was an episode of Law and Order, either Criminal Intent. Was it? I don't know if it was a Gordon and Eames episode. It was already an SVU where the artist,
Criminal Intent is over.
The chick that always plays the mom of the kid who turns out to be a terrorist and everything. That chick, she played So she played a performance artist, and on the TV, somebody doused her with gasoline, and they were going to light a match. I'm surprised in the show didn't think you don't think somebody would just rape the person, like what happened to Shia LaBeouf.
Right.
So he stole that from that.
Right.
Is what I say. Or he must have not known it was, didn't anybody tell him, dude, it's already an SVU episode, you don't have to do this project.
Well, you can't let that get in the way of life, you gotta live.
Yeah, so he lived his life, and then, he's the first person in
history. It was an idea
that
was ripped from the storylines, and so he had to, go for it.
Well, he also stole some of the lines in that freestyle he supposedly did.
What freestyle?
What freestyle?
You didn't see that online?
No.
It was this thing.
I don't keep up with
some
Shia.
freestyle rap online, and then
we have to see
the
this.
rap group whose lines he stole called him out on it the next day. So that was the headline after it was like, Shia LaBeouf drops his mad freestyle in front of all these people.
Oh my God! You know what?
And then the next day, the rap was like, "Dude, that's from our song."
Look, I would. Can you believe me? I would.
So
never,
it was freestyle in the sense that he stole it. He didn't pay for it. So
he got it freestyle. He took it from someone else.
I know that freestyle. $5 discount.
Like when I freestyle to get these waters from home, and
that is fucking.
I would never say this about anybody, but Shia LaBeouf deserved to get raped, and it probably helped. I would never say that on anyone.
I'd like to disassociate myself from everything that Kurt Metzger just said.
Shia
Thank
LaBeouf,
you.
listen, I cannot give it to Shia LaBeouf that he was legit.
No.
As Todd
You
Aiken
tied
would put
yourself
it.
to a chair and said, do whatever you want to me. In New York City, you did this. Yeah, you should have been raped multiple times. I should have been pissing on you.
Because he wasn't, he's like.
I'm mad I didn't know about this.
I thought you said that Mattress Girl has more of a case than Shia LaBeouf.
But this is actually one of the. I always find it interesting in terms of the way we use language and so forth. I think an argument could be made that he was sexually assaulted, but just in the context of whether it's considered rape. I mean, if somebody penetrated him with a dildo or something like that, yes, it would be rape.
Yeah.
If he happened to be, if he was aroused and she sat on him,
How about I wish?
if he was aroused and she sits on him, is it rape in the same way that a man rapes a woman? And that's where it becomes kind of fuzzy.
Let me tell you something. When you jam a dildo in a man's ass against his will, a lot of times
rape.
Their dick gets hard against their will.
But that
stimulates the progress. At least that's what I say.
And sometimes they say do it again against their will.
Come on, stop. But don't stop. But Shia LaBeouf is actually my safe word right now.
Is it really?
I go, LaBeouf!
Want to hear some of the rap? We got the rap. Let's hear some of the Shia rap.
Can you play
Shia's
rappings, please?
Busting and I'm coming in. Watching cause he's sick when he be coming with these bars and shit. Oh shit, it's me. I'm so fucking disgusted. Busting already said it and I get it. I'm cousin.
Rape him.
Yeah, I'm so buzzed up. And you already know me, homie. You can't really clone me unless you hold me and you fold me. It don't make no sense, but I still get it like I got it though. Rocking like a novice, but I rock it like a rocket though.
Oh my god. He's not a rapist, he's a rapist.
Still get it, busting. I said though.
All right.
That's
enough.
That's a bad. That was such a bad pun. I should have said that, Kurt. I think you're ruining your rep right here.
I think it scored.
Yeah, I think it was a big time score, and I think Shia LaBeouf his rap name should be Travon Free. I'll be honest with you.
Oh wow,
T-Free.
He was going hard
Travon Free
on that.
On the black paint.
Yeah, he was trying real hard to sound black when he was spitting those like.
Well, you have to with some lines,
I think it comes from a good place, though.
Andy Samberg with his SNL raps, he always does a black voice, or tries to. He tries to put it out hard.
In the community, we angry about it. If you see them,
you guys didn't like that?
We didn't like that. This dumb
you guys didn't also enjoy that?
Blacky Jewish voice? No, we don't like that. Hey, this is me making a mockery of you. That's real cool.
Well, the funny thing is, though, when they actually did it together, Chris Parnell actually came across more black than Andy Samberg did.
Pretty funny, actually.
They did Lazy Sunday. Yeah.
Well, where's the line, dude? With like Daryl Hammond doing Al Sharpton his tan face, at least, right?
Yeah.
It's not. I call blackface.
I say it's
it's Fred Armisen who does.
Okay, look, this is what I thought blackface was specifically. Not just coloring yourself to play whoever. But you leave a big space
for the white lips
and around the eyes. That's fucking
classic
Classic
blackface in terms of the whole jazz singer stuff. Yeah, that's exactly like that.
Okay, but if you're playing a part on something, whatever. If you just evenly put the coat on, that's not. I don't think that's insulting.
No, that's tan.
If you put an even coat, like Rachel
Dolezal,
Rachel Dolezal put an even coat.
Rachel Dolezal did tan face. She did not do blackface.
Hold on, is her name correctly pronounced Dolezal? Because I
always say
Dolezal. It's Dolezal.
Yeah. I think she's legitimately.
I don't owe that bitch no respect. I said it's Dolezal.
Come on.
It is.
First of all, like many black women, her name sounds like a kind of medicine. So shouldn't we give it to her? No. Dolezal?
Dolezal.
Are you having trouble sleeping?
Is it because her first name has to be Dolezal? Is that what it is? Dolezal free.
I always said it was like Dolezal, like Dolezal Zappa, something like that.
No, her parents didn't fuck her out of a job, but I'm certain they fucked up her childhood. That goes without question. If they managed to beat the white out of her, you fucked up.
Did they?
If your white kid came out not white at the end,
I think they made her better. Myself.
But you know how hard you have to ruin somebody's life to make them go, I don't want to be a white woman in America anymore?
I tell you.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, pretty bad.
That's like fucking, what's that pimp movie? He had the chick chained to the radiator.
Oh, she got Black Snake Moan.
Black Snake Moan.
I aim to cure you of your wickedness. whiteness. That's what happened to her.
She got black snake moan.
That's actually a deleted ending.
So
Where
much
she
stuff
went
in
on to
this.
fake black and run the NAACP.
So much stuff in this world
Wow.
that is screwed up can actually be actually be traced back to a Samuel L. Jackson movie. It's just, I mean, it's just.
Well, just most
fact.
things. I mean, Shark Attack can be traced back to him. The guy works.
The guy works.
Yeah.
He's a hardest working black man in Hollywood.
Why are there so few black comedy writers?
Because white people are doing the
rooms?
hiring, stupid.
Oh.
Next question.
Okay, can I just say my theory, though?
Why
That
is there
white
so many
people have an extra wrist bone that helps them type?
Yeah.
You're telling me there's no chance that my theory might be it?
Yeah.
That we
it
just
could
have
be.
an extra wrist bone?
It could be.
So they have the privilege of having an additional.
We have more slender fingers.
It's like, why is there so many black people working in this Jamaican restaurant?
It's just.
I don't know, because Jamaicans are doing the hiring? Maybe that's it. Ever thought about that?
Oh my God,
Fucking
dude!
idiots.
I just did Jay's roast, by the way,
Yeah.
and I laid some good ones. But I forgot. Fucking Gino Bisconti gave me a great joke for Anthony that I forgot to do.
Comia?
Yeah.
Oh.
He
What was it?
goes, good move starting your own podcast channel. He goes, I haven't seen a better career move since Mel Gibson bought his girlfriend that answering machine. And I didn't have time, so I couldn't do it. Dude, I'm so mad I fucking didn't do it.
That's good stuff. How was the roast, by the way?
Pretty good, man.
What time did it start? 8?
Yeah.
Okay. And who was hosting? Who did host it?
Lewis had to host in my
Okay.
place because I had to leave early for
Yeah.
the thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So excellent. Did Jay have he going to do this whole thing with the comic strip? I don't know.
You can hear Jay's on his podcast.
What? Oh, yeah,
Jay's yeah, they'll post it.
Okay.
You can hear the whole thing. What are you asking me?
I don't know.
Oh.
I just want to hit you. You're so
Why do
far
you wanna
away.
hit
I just
me?
want to punch you in your bright
Has it been a
white
while
face.
since you hit me?
I want to strike you so bad.
Why do you feel empowered the second we have black people on? You feel empowered to threaten me physically?
I always want to hit you. Oh, here's a K-Bar.
Oh, and K-Bar's coming in. This is
Yes.
our buddy K-Bar.
K-Bar.
Yeah, he's all right.
Bro, can you take this call and let's tell K-Bar where we are?
Cigarette
Yeah.
dude.
K-Bar's our
Yeah, the cigarette dude.
He does beats too, or something.
He does beats. He's a philosopher. He's a real
K-Bar is a
Renaissance
5%er.
man. Yeah.
And but you know how much I want to talk about hilarious 5%er teachings, and I talk to K-Bar, and it's like way more boring than you thought it was going to be.
Right.
It's just like kind of a regular religion by now, 5%ers. Like all the crazy stuff, they're not really doing no more, dude. They're kind of just like,
Who the 5%ers?
yeah, they're
Trey,
like,
you know anything about that?
Didn't they? Didn't they like?
Jay-Z shit?
No,
No,
that's
no,
like,
he's not one. It's Buster
You
Rhymes.
grew up where? Where did you grow up?
No,
Compton.
In Compton, all right. That's why you did the comedy contest a few years ago or something, right?
you really are straight
read
out of
some
Compton.
shit.
Oh, when I first started in
When
college.
you first started, yeah. That's right.
Yeah, no, Trayvon's
That was
fair
Cali.
straight out Compton. I mean,
But yeah,
that's
this is
legit.
like
Straight out of
religion.
Compton. Well, much respect there. I swear to God.
Shut up, Robert. Much respect there. How dare you trying to sound like that? Much respect there.
Yeah.
Doesn't it look
You
like?
sound like Adam
hold on.
Sandberg trying to be black.
Wait, Sherrod, doesn't it look like?
No, the 5%ers were like X-Clan, right?
Doesn't it look? Hold on.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Doesn't it look like Robert drinks a potion and turns into Travon?
No cameras here. Never been photographed. First time we've been photographed in the same room at the same time. It's true.
Never happens.
It really is.
Oh, Trayvon.
You're so suave, Trayvon. Where did Robert go?
You know, Look, Sherrod Small is like giving me all this shit when he was like the one misspelling your name all over Twitter today. You know, I had
You
to
say
like.
my name wrong in front of me.
I actually had
You
to
say my name wrong right in front of me. I let you go because I like you. You're like a black.
I'm sorry. It's small. It's not small.
It's-
What did I do?
It's Sherrod.
It's Sherrod.
God.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's Sherrod.
I still love him.
I tell you.
But he is the
Oh my
black
God.
Hannity.
Hey, the longer, listen, Robert, can I tell you something?
Oh,
Robert,
wow. You didn't go there.
You have to understand.
You did not say that.
K-Bar,
You're black Hannity.
you have to understand, the longer
That's
we
a
sit
deep
here, Robert, and I just understand what you're going to go through, the longer we sit here with Sherrod like this, the longer it's going to become like Glory, where he's like trying to Denzel Washington scare you. Or like,
He's the dude with the glasses.
Oh, you like the Commander boy? I bet you was a real good house.
But I'm really just mad because I need shoes.
Yeah, he just needs shoes. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Sherrod
need
just,
shoes.
if you saw Sherrod's back, the beating's on there.
Well,
Sherrod's got Django back, and you're going to judge him?
I sincerely apologize to my host Sherrod for mispronouncing his name.
No one cares, dummy.
I apologize. Oh, great. Now he's going into his Fred Sanford voice. Nobody cares, dummy.
You know what, Roger, from what's happening? You went too far this time. Now shut your face.
When I was younger, actually, I had... When I was a kid... Wait, what was that? What?
Why don't you call him Fat Usher? That's how
wow.
I like that.
Wow, damn.
I can live with that.
I was at a roast earlier.
I call Kurt the orange monster from Bugs Bunny. So that's what we do. He's that big.
I have the same shoes as that monster.
Actually, the more appropriate thing would be just for me to call him Rerun if we were going to go into what's happening, you know. But
let me tell you how to tell a joke. Do not start with this is the more appropriate. Let me, because
that's why I'm a freaking editorial writer. That's why you're a paid comedian.
Funny? It's almost like we got switched at birth, and I had to grow up with black people, and you had to grow up with white people.
It is kind of weird that way.
That's the movie.
That's the movie. Twins.
Now
the twins for the 21st.
Robert is living the life I should have had, and he was supposed to be in Washington Heights right now.
Your parents are so.
I am in Washington Heights right now.
Are you really?
Yes.
Where?
189th and Broadway. Where are you?
167 in Audubon.
Well, there you go. All right.
You outwhited them on that one, huh? You lowest.
Yeah, a little further down. Yeah, I'm hanging out with slightly more Dominicans. Well, actually, Dominicans and Jews.
I ride my bike right up there. That's where I ride. Right to the George W.
I never ever had a problem in like a Dominican neighborhood ever. Even in like when Bushwick was like bad still.
Yeah,
I never a problem.
You're 6'9".
Well, they've attacked other people, but not in Washington Heights. It's a little more family-ish. I feel like even the dudes that are like run the block, I guess.
And plus,
but they see you and they call you officer. So I mean, what's a big deal?
No, those days are long gone for me. If I had that respectability where they think I'm a cop, that was before I asked them all to buy certain substances. So
here's about street people. They rob people who they think have something.
Right. That's exactly right. And so I never got robbed. Yeah.
They go like this. Here's $2, nigga. Go get yourself a sandwich.
No, they're kind of friendly with me.
There you go. Tie your shoe, white boy. You're on a trip.
Pull your pants up. Pull your pants up, white boy.
Someone threw that white boy. You're not a good white boy.
Oh, man. They love you because they think you to be in a Salvation. Get heat in the building, nigga.
Maybe.
I mean, I know I ain't going to have no hot water.
That is what the white man brings.
Hot water. So I'm living near that motherfucker.
Oh, that's the hot water man. No, everybody keeps asking me to buy them juice, though. That's the one thing about my neighborhood. But none of the Dominicans. It was all black and white.
I still don't understand the science behind that. Why are people asking you to buy them juice from the...
Isn't it like a baby? Illegal? Can anybody buy juice?
Anybody can buy juice.
Yeah, well, I
asked you to buy juice.
It wasn't a question of ID. That's actually where you would think first, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't have ID, but why do you need that for juice? But no, they need juice money.
Oh, they needed you to buy it.
Yeah, like, you need to buy them juice.
Buy you juice. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
like
that's an interesting request.
Like I'm babysitting.
Maybe it's for kids.
Why juice? No, it's for them.
It's for liquor.
It's for liquor. Yeah.
The mix of that.
They need the mix.
That rum.
They didn't want to mention liquor, so he's like, I just need the juice. I got the liquor.
It's like, already sucked the dick for the liquor. Now what I need you to do is some juice to mix it with.
Now on your end,
I don't suck dick for juice.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, we're gonna take a break in a minute though. But
yeah.
What's going on with you though, Robert? What's going on first?
What more? What? Tell me, Sherrod. Tell me what more do you want?
What articles do you have coming out?
I'm working on a taxi and Uber column coming up.
I want to talk to you about that when we come back from the break.
Right. Sounds good.
Because they're trying to push Uber out. They're trying to limit the amount of work. First of all, the
tax commission.
They're trying to put a cap.
If they would quit overcharging people.
Well,
I know.
Let me tell you, take an Uber in L.A. and come back to New York. And take an Uber until.
Well, if you're gonna be such a fool as to drive an Uber from L.A. to New York, you belong exactly what you get.
But that's cheaper than going to Washington Heights in an Uber.
Just talk to an Uber driver in L.A. and ask them about the difference between being an Uber driver in L.A. and New York.
But New York, they shouldn't be trying to stop it. But we're going to take a break real fast, and then we'll be back in a couple minutes. Race Wars, bitches.
Race Wars. We'll be right back.
Why did you have a seat over there?
I play good music on here.
How do we get the music?
I play good music on here,
It's like every time I hear the music to our show now, it's like the race war's over and we lost.
Get used to it.
Kurt, what do you mean by we?
I meant me and Robert. Me and my friend Robert. And his other white allies.
No, Big Jay roast.
Am I too loud? Am I too loud?
No, Big Jay's roast is going on right now. Kurt just came from it, and we got somebody, Brady, calling from Colorado, said Bonnie's talking shit about the racehorse.
Are you at the roast, dude?
Brady, you there?
Brady.
I'm not. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
we hear you.
All right, I'm not at the roast, but I was listening to it on the live stream on the website video.
Yes.
But she's not really laying into you guys too hard. But she is a funny fucking.
She is the funniest ever.
Bonnie's great.
I was just on Kennedy with her last night, right?
I don't know, but I told her at the roast. I told her that Big Jay's career is so shitty. I assume her husband is fucking him.
That's the way to go. But man, I'll tell you what. This is the first time I've heard you guys on the race wars. I want to keep it real short, but I'm probably going to come back to Sirius XM because of you guys.
Good.
That's what we like to
we're
hear.
only on for 2 more weeks.
No, we're going to be on forever.
Yeah.
Awesome. Don't let the white man tell him them games or 4-week trials. The trials for him. For us to say we accept you.
But can we tell the listeners that so they make it a big thing?
Yeah, the listeners
you
gotta
and
definitely
me are
push it.
saying that privately, obviously.
Yeah, they know. They know the vibe of the shit. But thank you, Brady. Really appreciate that, man.
Yeah, Brady.
Bonnie's definitely giving you guys that good PR. So
Brady.
you guys keep it cool. Have fun tonight.
Brady, I'll tell you a joke that Gino Bisconti gave me to make about Bonnie, but I forgot to do it. But it's a great fucking joke.
Okay, let's hear it.
Because I really do love her and him as a couple.
I love
and
them.
I just want them to get more famous so they can have like a famous couple nickname. And I have one for him right now: the old man in the sea word. Gino Visconti gave me that. I forgot to do it, dude.
The old man in the sea.
Awesome.
Yeah. You know what else, Sherrod?
That's really good. All right, thanks, Brady.
Dude, I forgot to make fun of Louis J. Gomez, who I know some of these listeners must know Louis J. Gomez, right? But this isn't even a joke. It's just true. He's a fat Hulk. Do you know that? Like, Louis has to exercise, like, constantly, or he will balloon into a fatso within minutes. Like
5-10 minutes?
He can't stop working out. Like, he's in great shape right now. If he stops, he has to go back and do push-ups before the show.
Right.
If he stops, he just balloon, like the Hulk.
Yes.
So, like, if in Avengers, he would be Fat Hulk, right? And at the end, when that snake monster is breaking all the buildings, right?
Right.
And so Iron Man would be
Spoilers.
like, hey, Louis, you should, if you're going to be Fat Hulk, if you're going to get fat, now's the time to do it. And he goes, I'll tell you a secret. I'm always fat. And then he just eats the whole snake. And that's how the Avengers would end, with Fat Hulk Lewis. It's not so much a joke, but I could have done it at the thing. I fucked up and forgot.
How the Avengers should have ended, one of those kind of things.
Avengers, the first one.
Lewis has to fight that natural Latino swollen that
Dude, when he's getting fat, his legs go first. That's because then his pants hulk out. That's the best part. Dude. I'll tell you what I said to Norman at the fucking roast, dude. This I did say, but I was like, did you know Mark Normand is one of Comedy Central's top 10 comics to watch get pinned to a wall by Sherrod's elbow?
And that's a long list, too, nigga. I ain't gonna lie to you. There's some executives on that list.
That's how he was meant to be seen, with his face smushed up against Modi's headshot.
Everybody owes me a thank you for what did and didn't happen.
Yeah. Well, this is what I told him. Like, unlike some people, when he gets violently attacked by a Negro, he doesn't destroy his career on social media afterwards. Mark Normand for Anthony.
Too soon.
Just
too soon.
Yeah. If you had been there, it would have worked.
Yeah.
Good. I mean, it didn't work there, but if there's a place where that would work.
Yeah. In my presence?
No.
Is that what you...
Maybe if you had been there, it just didn't seem racist.
If I would have been there, though, Robert George would have been running race wars.
Oh, and I fucking forgot the other one, too. Of I don't want to say Jay's a bad parent. I'm saving that for when his daughter shacks up with Anthony Cumia. I forgot to say it. Should I forgot to say?
That's amazing. That's amazing.
I fucking fucked up. I will tweet like the not used ones later to an audience of people who care about these no names.
No one gives they don't even know who these people are, but
they know Anthony, I guess.
They know Anthony, of course. Of course.
But they don't know Louis, do they?
I don't know. They don't know
Louis J. Gomez.
No.
The J stands for genius. That's how I.
They don't know Louis.
Yeah, they don't care. I'm sorry that you don't care about Louis.
But it was a roast, and we love Jay. Jay went through that big beef too. But I'm sure. Wait,
are you talking about a sandwich? What do you mean?
I'm shocked that you got here that fast.
His beef with guys we fucked.
With guys? Oh,
That podcast?
No. The beef with the comic strip that he has now.
Oh, yeah, I tried to do a joke about that, but didn't work out too well.
From saving William Stevenson his
last
month and a half left on Earth.
I did say this, but he fucking...
I'm not saying William's
I
dying.
Like that,
that's a William's dying
I
joke.
just like that, that Big Jay Oakerson, like, his genes, like, he's meant by God to be a fat bouncer, and nothing could stop him from doing that.
Nothing he does is going to get him away from
pushing his sleeves up.
It's like the book Things Fall Apart, when a dude trying to be everything but his father and turns into his father. That's Jay and his bouncing future. Trust me, it's literal and it's right.
Well, listen, I want to ask Travon about being this black writer thing, because as you know...
Do they sit you in the corner by yourself, in the black corner?
No, I start every meeting with the N-word so everybody can get the levels.
Bring it down?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's how this show
me.
started.
Yeah.
That's how this whole show started.
So everybody gets comfortable.
Yes.
Naughty?
Well, we usually play the song. Should we play the song or no? Do we have anything to discuss about it?
I don't think we really do.
Which song? Yeah.
We have the He-Man song where I grant Kurt the power to say nigger by putting my dick on his shoulder.
N-word, yeah.
Wait, do you grant him the power to say nigger, or do you give him the power to say nigga? Which is it?
No,
anyone
the
he
good
chooses.
ones.
Oh,
yeah. And it's an open.
E-R-A.
Just a dick on the shoulder.
E-R or A. It can be either one. Okay.
Just a dick mush on my... Do they do that on the Daily Show, Travon? Do you come out and do that with John or Noah? Mush your dick on their shoulder? Can you talk about that?
Yes. I want to talk about it.
Now, can I answer this question? Here's questions that Travon can't answer.
I just have to explain it to Lupita Nyong'o's brother before you can
does
go.
John...
I just want to make sure Lupita's
Does Jon
brother
Stewart ever come in and comment on how much he loves black bodies while you're there? Like, does he come in like Donald Sterling? Just answer. This is not going to get you in trouble. Does he come in and take another potential black person by the hands and go, look at all their butts and their penises on these Schwarzes? Does he ever do that?
Of course he does.
And does half of Trevor do that?
only on Wednesdays. He does it only on Wednesdays. Wow. Jeez.
I don't blame him.
You ever actually touch your hair? Who touched your hair in the office and made you feel uncomfortable?
Actually, I don't have... Jessica has the hair.
Somebody try to touch Jessica's hair?
Jessica has fucking Dr. Seuss hair.
Like, she's got the... Like, in public, people like to want to touch her hair.
Yeah, because they know it's fake. Tell her to take that off and go natural. I think she should just go natural.
I'm not a black woman. It had anything to do with that.
Oh, you don't go there.
That is your
You just don't go there.
Well, who has that right? I hope it's white men.
Other black women?
No, other black women.
Hold on, am I wrong about this? About what my rights are? That I can touch any black woman's hair?
Well,
and also tell her how to do her hair?
You should do that and take a camera crew with you.
It's fine. They think Kurt's half tard, so it's fine if he does it.
They're afraid I'm going to pet him until they break.
Like a bunny. He's Lenny.
I would take a camera crew and a bulletproof vest and maybe a good metal helmet as well, because otherwise you're not getting out of that situation alive.
Speaking of black hair, what do you think about this Kylie Jenner new look?
I don't know anything about it, dude.
Exactly, because you're not up on it, Kurt. You're old man.
She went super, like, normal.
Yeah. Like, the Brady braids?
Yeah.
Like you mean the...
She got braids now.
Yeah,
she got the braids.
Cornrows,
yes.
And that apparently it means that she's actually racist because she's appropriating black culture.
No, here's how I read it.
Her dad
that's the bullshit.
appropriated vagina.
Nothing says I'm getting black dick now.
I know.
Like a black hairdo.
Yeah, we all have that.
On a white girl.
That's how you. That's
Nothing
how you
says black
know.
dick is delicious.
This is what he wanted to pull on.
Like corn braids on a white bitch.
Sherrod, I have to disagree with you.
Really?
Nothing says that she's getting black dick more than the fact that her name's Jenner or Kardashian. I mean,
that could work.
But getting cornrows, a white woman getting cornrows is the telltale sign that she just started sleeping with a black dude.
Like she just started. This is it began.
So is that, are you telling me the poison that comes out of your penises fucks their hair up?
Damn, busted.
Are you telling me it curls their hair for them?
Actually,
that's how unnatural it is to God.
That actually is what happened to Rachel D. She only turned black after she broke up with her black husband.
Is that right? She was white.
She was white. She was white before that.
Half of everything.
Yeah, she got half. All right, so there you go. It's like the fucking. She's like Tina Turner. I'm keeping my name.
I'm keeping my flesh. Your color. I earned that.
Oh,
what a fucking.
Yeah, her parents beat the white out of her. I'm telling you, that's what happened. They're crazy religious kooks.
That dick got it up in her.
Then that guy was probably.
If she would have ran against a Chinese dude, she would have been Asian now.
She was just like, I got to go somewhere where I'm the boss of black people. You tell me it's not worth it to be the boss
in America?
She got divorced.
They should have. They should have. They should have.
Don't want to work
at the
BMV.
They should have suspected early on. I mean, she would start those NAACP meetings on time.
I already said that.
Robert, I swear to God.
You know, I already said that to Keith Robinson, but he didn't enjoy it, but I did like it.
Thank you.
He was right not to enjoy it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so go ahead.
All right, nothing says I love black dick.
I'm hurt, Sherrod.
Nothing says I love black dick more than the way Caitlin Bailey just grabbed some pretzel rods. She
upside down with her mouth. That was
what
a
she
grab.
did to that pretzel rod.
She's always grabbing some kind of rod.
Yeah.
And they are brown rods, actually.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I requested it like that.
And salty.
Oh, hey-oh.
She requested that.
She's gonna come in next episode with a corner.
Wasn't there another racial thing?
Only after she goes home with you, Travon.
I keep trying to ask Travon about black writers, because have you seen any others? Like this is your first writing job?
Yeah.
What, you asking if black writers exist?
No, I know they exist. I've met Ian Edwards. I'm just saying.
You're an idiot.
I know Hugh Moore and Ian Edwards. So aside from them, I now know.
We're like the white rhino in Africa. Like there's like three of us.
I'm sure Warren Hutchinson is still alive.
That's interesting. A black writer is like a white rhino. That's an interesting image.
It is.
Yeah.
Well, it used to be, man, but now see
the black rhino's extinct.
Let me tell you something.
Ever
since Hannibal came out, there's a whole thing of the creative. Like when I started comedy, dude, if a black man was creative on stage in any way, that crowd would tear him apart.
Oh yeah,
and it's a whole different that's why you can't be hard on Robert or the dude Camelli, who's kind of right wing, because that's who picked on him was black people.
Good. They picked on me too. They still do. They call my relatives, motherfucker.
Yeah, but not in a fun top 5 way.
So
like it's commemorated later.
You saying they couldn't play a black room? That's why they. What are you talking about?
Yeah, well, that's.
I mean, I
know guys who quit. I know guys who quit because they got so discouraged.
When I did black rooms, it was hard.
Oh yes, I did black rooms and it was real hard.
But like not hard in the sense of like, oh, they just don't like your joke. It's like, oh, my style of comedy is just not
you came across as a white type.
It wasn't black enough. Basically.
It wasn't black enough. It wasn't black enough.
Listen,
you gotta endear yourself.
When Def Jam got big, there's a point when Def Jam got like the pinnacle, and Def Jam used to be really good early on. The early Def Jams are good, and then it started kind of like towards the end,
just like everything, just like the Tonight Show,
In Living Color, or anything.
It used to be really good.
Yeah, but when it first came out, it was really good. But that created the first, this is a separate, because when I was a kid in the 80s and I wanted to do stand-up, it was like a mixed, when I watched improv, it was pretty mixed.
Right.
Like, you'd see, a few different races, and you'd see a puppeteer and a fucking,
you mean
a
on
magician.
Stage, as far as on stage.
Yeah, it was not like a theme show.
Right.
But I think all the money they made off Def Jam that's where all these theme shows came from, where it's like Latina Night or it's fucking whatever.
Well, that did exist before Def Jam existed. That's why Def Jam was a possibility. Because it was rooms that were all black rooms.
Oh, yeah, right, of course. But now it's different, man. Like when I go back to Philly, they're all hanging out together, like all those comics. When I started out, me and Jay were like the two white guys in the black rooms. And it was not, and the white scene was not the same. And the reason the black scene was better was there was a crowd there all the time at an open mic. There was just regular, they weren't comics. They were just people there.
Right.
So you had a real people to actually test shit out on.
And not other comics, right?
Yeah, the white one was just other comics, which was, you don't get as much. You learn how to be funny for those comics. That's all you learn.
And that's who controlled the industry, and that's who's hiring the writers. Can we go to commercial? Fucking asshole.
No, they're tripping over themselves to get any kind of black anything. I mean, I begrudge no one any affirmative anything. Like if you can get it, I say take it.
Take it.
They are looking to get it.
I don't know any black writers who need a job. Like when people ask me, "Hey, we're looking to staff up. Do you know any black or non-white writers?" I'm just like, I don't fucking know any.
But for writing,
Google them, you son of a bitch. Your Google don't work.
Travon, my young brother.
Look, let me ask you this.
No, it's not about just cherry picking. It's like, also, if I'm gonna validate, I'm gonna vouch for you. You gotta
be you want to know them, right? You want to work with them.
You should go write for John Oliver.
But here's the thing: the only way you can really validate somebody is if you have experience working with them. And the chances that it's gonna be two black writers on one show, right? It's an possibility.
Here's my question above all that, which is
networking is not the same.
And by the way,
network is a white writer. You get the network.
Listen, I don't think there's I'm not saying there's not a racial thing to it. Maybe there is.
Maybe there is.
Well, this is what I'm asking.
That's like Trump said. Maybe it's some Mexicans that don't
but
race.
it's just considering that these are look. Considering that these are writing jobs, the way you get it is by handing in some writing. Like you don't send a headshot with your writing packet. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So. I'm just saying, like, of all the jobs where there should not even be a racial component other than we looked at what you wrote and we're like, oh, this is good.
Here's where the racial component comes in. You got somebody, chances are, if you write on the show, you got somebody in your life that's a writer on the show that gave you information about it, or you got somebody in your family who's a writer on the show who gave you information about it.
Well,
if you black,
you know what the chances are?
You the first.
Yeah. Chances
are.
Are
Anybody else a writer on a TV show in your family?
No,
I may be wrong.
Nobody in my family either.
I may be wrong. I don't know this. I don't know this for a fact, but I think there were more black writers portrayed on 30 Rock than for many, many years there ever were on.
Yeah,
on
you were the guy from 30 Rock.
Yeah, no, I'm the guy from 30 Rock. But I mean, look,
he was Judah.
But there is something to be said that the networking thing in terms of writing is just as strong as anything else. And you said, it should be colorblind because you just show scripts and things like that. But for those scripts to get in front of somebody, they have to be accredited by somebody who's already in the room.
No, here's the back scratching. Okay, ready? Here's the two bad. Number one, it was always with many of the primetime shows. It's guys that worked on the fucking Harvard Lampoon. That's the clique. That's the clique that wrote everything for a while. Okay, so that's where you didn't see black people from that because they weren't a lot of Harvard Lampoon. I'm sure one or two like the 30 Rock guy, right? Then the other clique is UCB. Most of the comedy writing jobs are done by people that took fucking improv classes.
And then went into sketch, right.
Traditionally is a white man's sport because they didn't pay people. That's right. They didn't pay people to do it, so it's a disposable ink. It's like surfing.
It's like surfing.
That's why surfing is so white, because it's expensive.
Yeah, because as a black person, the most
and black people don't swim.
Trying to talk your way out of a cop situation, like wherever you grew up. Like there's no improv school in Compton.
Right.
Like you don't get. I didn't get exposed to knowing that TV writing was even a thing you could do until college.
Yep.
Like no one in my school.
What did you think? The people in the little box were just making it up as they went along? Is that what you thought?
Well, like
the magic box people make it.
Like you see,
but you don't know the road to get there. It's like you can see a destination, names, but you don't fucking know.
Like you see
how do I get there?
You see like Martin or Jamie Foxx show. You're just like, oh, that's Martin or Jamie Foxx's show. Like they were great comics and they got a TV show, but like no one is teaching you like, oh,
there's a million black writers. Even when I was on even Are We There Yet on TBS, I was on for the longest. It's all black writers over there.
Yeah,
and a lot of motherfuckers be like this. I can't get no job on SNL.
Yeah, well, you got to be a sketch fucking. I don't know if I'd want that job though, dude.
But it's
look, I mean, I think one of the best stories in this
they could get the Michael Shea commemorative job.
No, one of the best stories.
That's what Travon got at the Daily Show.
I was there before him.
Wow, you were there first, and they gave him the Michael Shea job.
No, I mean, you guys know this. I mean, when Richard Pryor hosted Saturday Night Live, and what was it, 76 or 77? He said, "Oh, well, thanks. I know you've got these writers. I want Paul Mooney because Paul Mooney knows me. He knows my voice, and I want to be in skits that are going to reflect who I am."
Right.
He said, "Well, we don't really like having other outside." Well, it's me and Paul Mooney, or you don't get anything. And he ended up writing one of the best skits of all time.
That's how you get in.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
You use the power. You use the power.
Black people don't have extra phone in their wrists.
You got to
don't have nothing to do with the phone in the wrist.
Dude, you want to hear a funny ass thing of my favorite story that I always tell from Sanford and Son? That Red Fox, because Red Fox,
when he fired all the
him and Richard Pryor too did the old mistake of how come there ain't enough black men and they just get all their buddies to just fill positions, right? That fucked up Richard Pryor pretty bad because he had that boxer be in charge of his movie studio.
Oh well,
what's his name? Other George Foreman, the guy that fucking didn't have a grill. That dude. Wow.
This was before...
the football player. He's a football player, not boxer. He played a boxer in Mars Attacks. Anyway. Fucking,
Jim Brown,
yeah. So he fucking
George Foreman, Jim Brown.
Thank you.
All you black people have the same name. It's George Foreman, Jim Brown, and one of them.
Really, George Foreman.
So he goes. So Red Fox went through his period of how come black men aren't writing my show, and so they fired the writers and got all his black friends to write. So then the first day of the table reads, he's just sitting there quiet for 15 minutes, and he just put his hands on the table. He goes, all right, bring back my Jews.
Bring back my Jews.
I'm just saying that there's a time-tested team of Jew and black guy.
Even if you say, look at writing and say like this, look at the TV writing. Why is it more like Jewish writers than it is just white Anglo writers? Because they don't have the bone in their wrist, or because it's clicky? It's a click, nigga.
I think a lot of Jews don't have a bone in their wrist.
No, you said the extra bone to write, the writing bone.
Oh, yeah, I believe that in my heart.
You're so wishy-washy.
I actually believe that in my heart, and no one will ever talk me out of that with
so
any evidence.
Think, as far as like population, it's way more Jewish writers than it should be.
It's the people that were controlling those jobs did not have a lot of black friends, is how I looked at it.
Yes, that's
just
what it is. And it's still the same. You think it's less now? It's more now. It's more now.
It should be more now.
I think I fill in the black part of a lot of writing.
It's still. I mean, the improv road is still heavily white. But if you go over to Pitt and so forth, there are definitely a lot more black faces. I mean, whether they're actually going to make it all the way up to the top, who knows?
The top is relative.
That's a good thing, though. Oh wait, I thought you said there's more blackface. Never mind. Go on.
There's more blackface. That's exactly right. And the big lips too. I mean, they're going. This is what is known as progress in improv world. That should let you. I'm sorry, Travon. You're the one. You're the black writer here. You should be talking more.
No, I mean.
And another thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
We got two black writers playing a white man's game, and also Robert. Me and my friend Travon get it.
Kurt, that's racist and hurtful. I want you to know that.
That's his album. That's the name of his album.
Stop stealing all my good shit. Racist and hurtful.
But I mean, the thing is,
Kurt, I say this with all humility. Nigga, please.
That was the whitest thing I heard all night.
I know. I don't even have to play the song first now to say it now.
I'm sorry. I meant to say nigger, please. Yes.
There you go.
Officially. I like to really stress the at the end.
Like nigger.
Just so there's no mistake which one I meant.
You heard me right, damn it.
Well, because we were talking about that with Obama, right? Where he just said that he merely used the word to talk about the word.
Yeah.
That has to be an official rule. That
Let
it's okay.
our guest finish his thought for
Yes. Oh, go ahead.
sakes.
What I was going to say is, black people have a history of being performers.
Okay.
That's just kind of like throughout.
That's true.
That's just who.
That's right.
We don't have the history of being the people behind the performance. We like to be in front of the camera on the stage. So
we usually do it all, by the way.
Right.
Because before we could write it, we have to still fucking plan it and have it in your mind.
And then when you get into like the systematic writing and knowing how to write a script and knowing how to write a TV show, we weren't doing that. We were like doing stand-up. We were on Def Jam. We were the stars of the show. We were in Living Color.
Right.
And like that kind of stuff. And so it also created this distance between black kids in urban communities knowing that, I can also just be the dude who writes the jokes for my funny friend, for this thing, and then I can also possibly still become a performer, and that kind of like separated that.
That's a good point, though. I think that's a really good point.
Yeah,
having a big churn of black writers, along with.
And do you think also maybe part of it is that, you know, in writing, black guys just can't blow the light, so that's why they're not as attracted to it?
You can definitely blow the light. That's why I love
I'm
Chrissy.
joking. I went to L.A. where the white man blows the light.
We learn from the white man. You don't do it first.
Oh
so
my
somebody
God,
white
dude.
had to blow the light before
Wait,
you
hold
did
on.
it?
Did I tell you, by the way, how cocky I got? Because, so you were going to get Chris to come on, right?
Right.
He's still coming, right?
That's what I wanted to say to somebody. Go ahead. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So you told me Chris was coming on. Then Pat and Oswald like begged to be on. Where I was like, he was like really nice about it, like apologizing for asking to come on. I'm like, you don't have to apologize, dude. Come on. And then so then I saw Daniel Tosh at Kumail's Meltdown Room.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So I was feeling like pretty like, we got the fucking show. He's got. I'm like, hey Tosh, if you're ever in town. And you want to do Race Wars? He goes, oh, thanks, that's so sweet of you. Like he said it like he said it like an '80s movie cunt. Dude, I mean, I did deserve it. I did deserve it. But
I'm so happy they did it.
He had a white belt on while he said it, which made it hurt extra.
Good. You deserve
it. It was a
belt.
double feature, right? Soul Man and Race Wars, right?
I don't know. All I know is maybe Tosh was right, and I can't fault him in any way for his response. The more I think about it.
The great thing about the Chris Rock show is that he had a bunch of motherfuckers writing. Louis C.K. was the head writer, but he had Wanda, he had Nick DiPaolo, he had Lance, he had fucking Ali Leroy.
Wasn't Fitzsimmons
Yes, Fitzsimmons worked for a couple years. It's like he knew to mix it up with comics from all fucking walks.
That's right.
Well, because he probably
have your head writer fucking, if anybody doing something wrong, they'll fix it.
Listen, I think you should go with whoever it is you hang out with, right? If that's who it is, you know what I mean? Because like naturally, you're gonna just bring You know what I mean? Like, I don't want anybody forcing their crew.
Yeah.
I don't want you creating a crew that you don't have.
And once they start breaking up his team, when Louis went to go with his deal, then Wanda got a deal, that's when Chrissy said, I ain't doing the show no more. Because my team ain't here.
Right. Yeah.
And it's going to be a different thing. I don't want to replace them and then it's going to be fucking whack.
Right. Yeah, but you know what I mean? It's just being an organic thing. So I don't even hold it against like a fucking whatever.
But
like
he had to be a
O'Brien
big star.
moment.
He had to be a big fucking star to get them jobs.
To get them all jobs.
Wanda got a rating job on nobody else's show. Wanda Sykes is not hilarious.
Was Wanda not already? Was she not already on her way up when that came out? That made her kind of.
Yes, that made her. Yeah. No
really?
question.
The show made it. Yeah.
It made everybody.
Yeah.
CK too. Everybody.
Because I remember
they won
seeing
Emmys
her.
from that. They won Emmys over SNL where they couldn't get a job to write on.
Oh right.
Over those same writers who clicky. They won every year over them. So stop it.
Right. No, I don't.
Bullshit.
Who are you talking to? I can't. I'm gonna have to hope to maybe get a Negro position one day. One of these jobs. You think I'm gonna get the good one?
You better hurry up. Well, it's a black president. Nigga.
I've been showing up late to shit. All right, Robert. I'm doing what I'm supposed to.
He was shocked by that.
That's my only way in to those things. Is on a fucking.
You do more months.
Kurt, scholarship.
Kurt, you're doing fine. You're doing fine.
The only thing you got fighting against racism in this business is your pals, nigga. Your
Say that again?
Your friends the only thing gonna keep you away from not getting a job if they have an opportunity and give you an opportunity. That's how it works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, of
so
course.
if you got a mixed crew, maybe you get some mixed help.
Well, let's talk about the thing with Seinfeld. Like, I don't think he has a mixed crew, so I don't give a shit.
Of course he does.
He does?
Chrissy's been in his crew for 30 years.
Well,
Rock. We don't know his
He
crew.
also has to be a mixed.
Mario Joyner is his best friend.
Yeah, but those are all guys.
Who's Mario Joyner?
No, those are friends. They're not. They're not his crew.
Crew. Not his writing crew.
Yeah, that's.
But he still goes to them for suggestions.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Mario wrote on the show too, though. But I don't know if he wrote on Seinfeld, the TV show. But he's worked with him and wrote jokes and shit for him for years.
Oh, sure.
And with him. They travel together all the time. That's who that's his boy.
Yeah, but traveling with him
not to say boy like that.
Well, yeah, no, that's the thing. Maybe that's
just
the thing.
My own argument.
He is his boy, and that's part of the issue.
Wrap around my feet, Mario. My feet cool. Wrap around my feet.
But I mean, I think, Sherrod, you just made a great point though. The difference between, say, Chris Rock and his production crew, whether it's Louis C.K., Wanda Sykes, all those folks, versus say Seinfeld, where it's primarily Larry David and Larry David's younger clones and so forth. The different. I mean, admittedly, they're different shows. One's a sketch show. One's a regular sitcom. But the difference in there's a big difference in vibe, and a lot of it has to do with the kind of difference and actual diversity of talent and so forth in Chris Rock and Seinfeld, which is a brilliant show, particularly in the first 2 or 3 seasons, but is ultimately it's one very kind of narrow focus part of New York, of life in New York City at a certain time, and I personally think it seems dated in certain ways now when you look at it.
It seems 50 years ago than like 20 years ago. It seems like it's 50 years ago.
Whereas I think the Chris Rock show, even though it was only on for a handful of seasons, a lot of it. What was that?
What's the where they got reparations or they got lottery money and she goes, "I'm going to buy a fur house."
Oh yeah.
I'm going to buy a fur house. Was it reparations or was it lottery?
Last year, one of the most reposted things on Facebook was that sketch of how to avoid getting your ass beat by a cop.
Yeah.
It was everywhere,
and
it was real. I mean, that's like 15 years old. And not surprisingly, all these white people are like, oh wow, this is like brilliant kind of stuff. I mean, that's freaking 15 years old, and it certainly holds up. It's more timely now, maybe even then. And people just suddenly discovering it. Where there's a lot of the stuff you watch on Seinfeld said, yeah, it's funny, and you like some of the internal dynamics and reflections of human nature, blah 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 blah. But otherwise, meh.
Hey, Robert, let me ask you something. As a guy who has leaned more conservative probably than anybody here, how do conservatives not trust the government, right? But they always trust cops immediately. How does that work? They're like, the government, I got to have guns to possibly murder the government if it comes to it. Yeah. They should respect the police. Those blacks should just respect the police. Is it just like
I think
government has one job, which is protect me from black people? Is that what it is?
I'm going to use a white phrase now, Kurt. Yeah. You may not have heard this. It's cognitive dissonance. That's basically kind of what it is. Look,
that's also because they know those white cops in the neighborhood. They're like their friends. Well, so most of the time it's like, oh, I know Jim. Like Jim, hey, get these niggas on my
pool. It depends who. Well, yeah.
No, I mean, no.
You're always not talking about cops you know.
And I've had conversations with my white conservative friends and point this out and say
pillow talk.
I've had conversations with my friends as I'm cowling down my belly.
Just remember, you're absolutely right, but just remember, I'm on top, motherfucker. That's it.
That's all on bottom to the Lord.
Now, Robert, when you're wiping down Lou Dobbs afterwards, what happens? What do you say? You hand Lou Dobbs an old Hootie T-shirt.
Lou Dobbs will not let me get near him because I'm an immigrant. So that's I'm Trinidadian. He just will not let me breach that border. That's all I can say. No, but you're right. Look, the conservatives who are very skeptical of government, when it comes, they're very trustworthy of law enforcement, and generally speaking, very very trustworthy of the military as well. And those are
not in Texas.
Those are in certain kinds of
the military until Obama.
The military's coming to take over Texas.
Dude, Obama fulfills some prophecies and shit for people. They're like, this is the prophecy, the charming.
It's the end of days.
Were you ever a Christian? Or are you like
I'm not a Christian, I'm a Catholic.
That's a hilarious way to say it. That's a good one. That's
because for a long time Catholics weren't seen as Christian. But yeah, I was raised Catholic, which Sherrod, that explains why I am so fucked up. I hope you
I went to Catholic high school, Bishop Lachlan in Brooklyn. I'm up right there with you.
Listen to you two Mary worshippers. Can I tell you something?
I love Mary.
We love Mary.
Yeah. You love the Virgin Mary. But why do they have the religious...
Big shout to Bishop Lachlan, by the way. Bishop Lachlan High School in Brooklyn, New York.
Oh, yeah?
BK.
All right.
Continue, Whitey.
Easy, Crooklyn. We get it. You grew up and had a lot of love.
Giuliani went to my high school, actually. Mark Jackson, Giuliani, Foxy Brown.
Yeah, that's a great high school.
We even the niggas that Catholics call niggas.
Yeah, why do they think, because I never understood that thing. I mean, Aunt Coulter's coming back, and I want to ask her about this, because she's Christian.
She's a friend to the show. Don't you shake your hand like that, Robert
You
George.
can't be, when we were on Opie and Jimmy with, and what's his name called in? The Michael O'Donoghue, the Catholic League guy?
Oh, yeah.
About, joke things. I'm like, dude, why do you get mad? Because a Christian, you're supposed to, it says when you get persecuted or mocked, you're supposed to rejoice because that means you're doing the right thing in life. You should be happy when people mock you, but he's angry about it. I'm like, so why is that not a Christian thing? He's like, I don't know, I'm an Irish something. Because he's Irish, I guess, was the answer.
They fall back when
Michael O'Donoghue is Irish. Who would have thought? Yes.
Yeah, so that's my Irish trumps my fucking...
People fall back on either they falling back on religion or they falling back on...
It's all just your football team. And also... How would America ever be Christian? Because it's built into the religion that only a few people are going to be Christians, and everybody else is damned. There's only a couple, Fred Phelps amount of people, probably.
That's slightly, that's a little bit different. The idea is a whole lot of people can be Christian, but only a certain segment of that group will be saved when the rapture comes.
So, thank you.
So why
what did you just say?
Just fucking have fun while you're here, then.
The flip side. Look, I don't necessarily believe in that rapture aspect, but the idea would be, you try and live your life the best you can, so you're going to be part of that select group.
You got any Jehovah answers for that?
So even in the end, it's always about trying to get in the club.
That's exactly right.
It really is.
And just hope your crew takes you with them.
That is a fucking great sermon. Many will be on the road to destruction saying, Lord, I'm with the DJ.
Who knew Jesus was the first Jew in this cliquey Jewish writing group?
Yeah.
It was Jesus Christ himself.
If all Jew writers were good enough for Jesus, they're good enough for me. That's the blessing from this.
And Jesus
didn't need no black writers.
He was black.
As Travon
he
He
said,
was the black writer, stupid.
Skin of bronze
He
could
was-
be Rich Voss.
Sure it can be.
Skin of bronze, hair of wool, not hair of nap.
No, it's wool. Yes.
Hair of wool.
I remember.
Is your hair wool?
Fucking who
Is your 3 strands left on your head hair of wool?
who sings the gambler?
Christ was the
Yes, it's
Christ
wool.
was the artist. Paul was the head writer. That's that's exactly how it rolled in
Thank
the Bible.
you.
Jesus
Thank you.
was
Thank you.
bronze,
Thank you.
not
black.
mahogany.
That's right. He was the only white dude in that era, in that area at that time.
I mean, look.
And they didn't make fun of him.
Hold on. You do have an argument that he's black, because, let's face it, he did die at 33. But,
That was a dumb joke.
He had two fathers too. That's
So did
also
Steve Jobs, stupid.
Yeah.
Steve didn't die at 33, did he?
33 years of work. Who cares about the rest of his
He
life?
was, he was
Care about the
Syrian.
rest of it?
He was a Syrian man.
Yeah, he was black. It breaks Kurt hard to say Jesus Christ was a black man. He can't take it. He can't.
I
he
just
can't
feel
deal with it.
like a blacker Jesus couldn't love me, so that's why I can't do it. No, I don't give a shit.
What did the Jehovah
Listen,
books? What was the
He's
illustrations in those
a,
books?
a nice, chiseled Michael Landon with a beard. Cancer recovering Michael Landon, the way it was meant to be.
He was Christ was a lovely white man with perfect abs,
A
You gotta understand,
gorgeous,
though.
which was given to him.
cheeked.
Perfect abs given to him by Pontius Pilatus.
No, we never saw his abs, but he had a gorgeous.
See, I knew you would appreciate
Do
that.
you know what Jesus,
I knew you would that.
in the
you would
Jesus
appreciate
books,
that
what he
joke.
looked like? He looked like the one, not Paul Reiser, but the other dad from My Two Dads.
Yes.
He looked like that dad. That's how there's Jesus illustrations
With the
look.
beard?
That dad. The guy from Deep Star 6.
The motherfucker looked like Kenny Loggins.
That's what historical Christ looked like. Kenny Loggins.
is your
Oh, that's exactly
Yeah.
right.
That's
And when he
hilarious.
comes back, he's going to look like Kenny Rogers. And then you're not going to do nothing.
right.
Yeah.
You gotta remember, I don't know if you know this, but he grew up Jehovah Witness.
Yeah.
Oh, I did not know that.
But you hear it in his speech now, though. You hear
Jehovah
it.
Witness.
When I
He
look
did
down
bad
on a
things
dirty
to him.
Catholic, that's coming out. Yeah. It does come out of me.
It's gonna be him and Prince, man, in the end. Just
Two purple buffoons.
Hey, don't say bad things about Prince. Come on.
Fuck
No,
her,
really?
huh?
Oh man, jeez.
Hey, just look at the fucking
Hey,
party.
now that look, I don't know about Jehovah's Witness, but what you just said there was blasphemy. I'm sorry. That
Fuck
was
Prince.
yeah,
Fuck Prince and his little goofy ass.
I know, he is a
God.
goofball,
I
dude.
will strangle the shit out of that talking about himself in the third
Like,
person.
Prince, I'm
maniac.
not like a dippy girl who's going to be like, oh, Prince, I'll call you a question
I
mark or
hope he has a
whatever.
Bill Cosby conclusion.
I wish him and Bill Cosby would switch places, to be honest with you.
Me too.
I could do with more Bill Cosby and less Prince.
I would love
Oh,
it.
but you're all going to hell for this. You're
Prince is
definitely all going to.
But I
going to
will
hell
say
with
this
that.
for Prince, dude. Everybody I knew that was like a serious, where they like studied music somewhere serious
Yeah.
kind of musician,
Yeah.
they all think he's like a musical genius.
Oh, he's
Like,
a genius.
He's a
like
musical-
classically
he's a
trained
musical-
musicians.
he's gonna hear this and he's gonna
Yeah.
call the show.
He is a
he's
musical
genius.
genius.
No
does not-
question about it.
He does
Yeah.
not take this shit
I
lightly.
will first push Robert George down the flight of stairs, then push Prince on top of him. And they're both geniuses to me.
Yeah.
Thankfully, he's so small it won't hurt
He
when it
won't
lands
feel.
on top of me.
He'll fit
So
right in
I'm
your butt
okay.
crack.
I know.
Perfectly in your butt crack, he'll fit.
What the hell? I've got some 1999 coming out of my ass. What the hell is this?
Oh, man, it's too good. Go ahead, Kurt. Say something, you dummy.
I don't
You were
know.
going to talk.
We gotta play something.
You were going to talk about 50 Cent earlier on.
Oh,
weren't
yeah,
you?
why?
bro? Well, first I wanted to hear about the chain wallet jokes and some of the winter sleeves with the fingers cut off jokes from Jay's Row. So maybe
You know
the
what-
fat jokes.
Do you know what I did? How I finished it up with Jay? I just read text from his daughter.
About
I called, Belly, his daughter
That's
Isabella.
too funny.
Isabella, I go, she texts me, what's going on? Like, she just texts me, and I go, Belly, give me stuff about your father to make fun of. Okay? She goes, well, I don't know how to write jokes. I'm like, no, just tell me about your dad, what you want me to make fun of.
Right.
So this is what she texts. This is what I read at the roast just now.
How old is she?
probably like 11 now?
11, 12.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay, I go, just text me. So this is the first one she texts. She goes, okay, how about when he never left the basement? She calls her dad downstairs father. Okay.
She's a genius.
Yeah, and then she goes, when he was cheating on mom with Dave Smith. Then the audience, of course, no one will know who Dave Smith is, but
No, in America, why would they
poor
know?
Isabella shouldn't have to know either. But
It's child abuse, if you ask me.
then she texted when he snuggled with Dave at night. She texted another one. Then she texted another Dave one, and then she goes, That time we were at the mall and he kept asking for his size in these boots that were actually women's boots. His daughter texted that to me. Is that great? There's like no joke needed.
Isabella, I love you.
Isabella's the
That's
best.
great.
Yeah.
Oh, that's too
Because
damn
I'm good. her godfather.
Oh,
and I
God,
go,
why did she get a father like that and then a
I
godfather
know.
like this?
Well, this is why I go. I'm like, in all honesty, I'm not that good of a godfather. I'm like, I'm not the godfather to her. That really, Jay is more of the godfather to her. He's put in the work, showing up twice a year with a fistful of cash and a carton of cigarettes. I'm not a godfather. I can't call myself a godfather like Jay. Like, I guess him and her just bond because they both grew up without a dad.
Have they already identified the club that she's going to be dancing at 10 years from now?
It's called Anthony Camilla's house. and then she goes, this is what she texted me. Belly's funny. She goes, that he gets all weird when people touch his cuticles. Like his fingernail tops.
Does he really?
That's what I say.
Cuticles are, you maniac. I'm trying
to... you look bewildered. No, it is weird.
Only reason they can touch it because he got those dumb winter gloves on. They cut the fingers off.
That's why he cut the fingers off to touch his cuticles, I thought. No, what I said was I didn't have the heart to tell her that Jay is such a cheater. He actually sees another daughter on the side and lets her touch his cuticles.
Can I interrupt? Can I interrupt with this AP alert that just popped over my mind?
What is it?
Yes. It says, ex-President George H.W. Bush, 91, falls at Maine home, breaks bone and neck, doing okay.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
They gave you the whole spiel.
He jumped on a plane.
He broke a bone in his neck?
In his neck.
He jumps out of an airplane every day on every year on his birthday.
Wow.
Walks away from it. Motherfucker go get a yogurt from the kitchen. Almost killed himself.
Started a new fashion trend with the funky socks and stuff.
Normally, that's kind of like the end when you fall. Like,
yeah.
Remember Chick Hearn, the Lakers announcer? He fell at his house.
Well, it's usually if you break your hip, because he broke his neck. Apparently, he's okay.
I guess his hip is a lot of. I don't know. Why would that kill you first? Because of that vein down there?
Yeah. People, when they...
like you don't want to rattle your head when you're 91. You want to keep everything...
Yeah, something.
He's 91. Wow.
91 or 92, maybe. Maybe 92. Yeah.
And he still looks better than Barbara Bush, doesn't he?
Oh, be nice. Come
I am being nice.
Dude, the funniest shit is that Will Ferrell thing where he talked about how Barbara Bush, they got trapped in a well and his mom showed up just heaving boulders and fucking in a lather, picking a boulder after giant boulder and picking them all up. What? Him and his brother Jeb and Marv Bush. And throwing them over her shoulder and pulling them home like a Clydesdale. You ever saw that?
No.
It said that You're Welcome, America. The Will Ferrell thing about Bush. That's one of the funniest.
Yes.
Dude, he's hysterical in that.
That was really funny.
When is he bad, Will Ferrell? I've never seen him be bad.
Did you see that Kevin Hart movie?
He was good in that. I like that movie.
That movie was good.
It was watchable.
No. A Cab was good. The
Kev
movie
was good.
awful.
I thought Kev was really good.
Kev was good. The movie was...
I gotta give it to Kev. I really will watch him just screaming in movies. Like, I think that's great every time I see it. Just
you know how
Kev
I knew it wasn't good? I couldn't wait till T.I. came back on screen.
You didn't like T.I.'s roller skating movie?
I couldn't wait to get up to T.I.
You didn't think that was funny?
Oh, roll.
Yeah, the roll
bounce. That was good.
ATL, right?
And Steve Harvey, right?
That wasn't a bad movie.
ATL was a
and the one guy that looked like Ray Gordon in the movie, I can't remember the actor's name, but you know what I'm talking about in ATL?
I'm trying to see his face.
But they was talking about their friend. He goes, what is he? He's talking about T.I. coming out. He goes, what is he, like 30? There's some funny parts in that movie, ATL.
Yeah, it's a funny movie. That's ATL and Roll Bounce. You mixed two Atlanta black movies together and made it one writer on The Daily Show.
Oh, my God. I'm just saying that Will Ferrell fucking Bush thing was funny, right? You saw that, Will Ferrell's Bush thing?
Yeah, no,
can I tell you why? What the secret was? Not one black writer. Okay, let's go.
Whoa.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Which is actually unusual because there were a whole bunch of black people in the George W. Bush administration,
yes.
You know? I mean, come on.
George H.W. Bush, though, was
who shouldn't have been in the administration? Condoleezza Rice.
I knew you were going to say
okay.
Here's the thing.
She did drop the ball with that 9/11 shit, David.
But like, here's the thing. Condoleezza Rice in his documentary said the reason she became a Republican was because of how the Democrats treated her father in the South when he was growing up. Do you fucking know who the Democrats were in the South?
Yes,
when he was growing up.
Yes,
the Republicans, the people who left the party to start the Republican Party because they didn't want to deal with black people.
Wait, did Condoleezza's father not teach her about the Southern strategy?
whole life was built on a lie.
Well, because that was
life.
except she grew up though before the frickin' Southern strategy. She was actually in Birmingham when the frickin' church blew up.
Yeah, but
how old is she? She's in her let's see, she's probably
59,
maybe.
Oh, she's that old. I didn't know that.
Between 59 and 61.
Oh,
yeah.
I guess you're right.
Dad's in the South.
I'm always right, Kurt.
In the South, in the 50s
right.
and 60s, and he's being mistreated by Democrats. Who are those Democrats? Come on, who are those Democrats?
George Wallace.
Well, George Wallace.
That's the party they formed today's Republican Party.
That didn't happen though until decades later. He
those
decided
same horrible people.
No, well,
but she probably also.
It was a word. It was all about a word.
Except with the exception of Strom Thurmond, most of those politicians stayed in the Democratic Party. George Wallace stayed a Democrat. What's his name down in?
But he got shot too.
South
He stayed with a bullet in his back too.
Yeah.
But we got to end the show. The show's already over.
Shit!
Look how great it is. We want to thank Robert George for coming to New York Post.
That ran right by, man.
Thank you very much,
Trayvon
Kurt.
free,
Thank you very much.
Trayvon free, right for the Daily Show.
Free Trayvon.
Yeah, Trey's in our family of listeners.
And I'm about to get kicked down the stairs by Sherrod. So
that's right.
cool.
But Prince is going to land in your booty hole, so you'll be all right.
All right, we got to perform the ceremony that merges Robert and Trayvon into one unit again.
We brought every black writer we knew and filled them up in 2 seats.
It's actually like Star Trek mirror. You know, I'm Trayvon with a Spock beard.
I can't believe that went by that fast.
It's over, baby. Race Wars. Listen, we'll be back next week.
Well, you got here a half an hour late, so Negro, you got here a half hour late.
I am eligible for some kind of program, shouldn't I be?
You're in the club, brother.
Isn't there a program for me?
Race Wars, we out.
All right.
Race Wars has come to a close.